Hey, everybody. So today we're going to talk about point of view. And point of view is probably something that you've heard of before, and you probably even have an idea of what it might be. But I really want to kind of start focusing in on different types of point of view. So I want you to fill out your sheet as I'm explaining point of view. All right. So make sure that you're copying down these definitions. So point of view is the narrator's relation to the story being told. So it's the narrator's relation to the story being told. All right. And I will go ahead and I will explain more of what this means. Make sure that you copy down this definition. Okay. Now, your second slide, you're going to see a whole bunch of different circles. And this is going to talk about all the different types of point of view. And the first one is first person. You've probably heard of this before. It's first person point of view. Then you also have second person point of view. And you also have third person point of view. And what you're going to see here is that there are multiple types of third person point of views. And the first one is third person limited. The second is third person, and this is a hard word. It's third person omniscient. This word is omniscient. Practice saying that one out loud. Omniscient. I'm going to explain that in a minute. The last one is third person objective. Okay, let's go back to first person. You probably know what this one is. First person point of view is when the narrator is in the story. So when you're reading a first person book, the pronoun that you're going to hear is when you hear the book say I or me or my. I walked into the room. He handed me the ball. Anything like that, that's how you know, oh, this is a first person book. So if I give you a story to read and I say, hey, what's the point of view? You just need to look at the pronouns. And if it says I walked into the room, you know it's first person. Second person point of view isn't used as often, but it's really fun when it is. Second person is when the reader, that's you, by the way, when the reader becomes a character in the story. And the pronouns are you and your. The most common place that I can think of is that when you see that in like Goosebumps choose your own adventure books, when it's like you walk into the room and you could go left or you could go right, turn to page 37 or whatever. But second person point of view is when it says you're walking into the room. Your decision is to do this. So you as the reader now, you're the main character. Okay. Third person limited. This is another really common one besides first person. And third person limited is when it only reveals what one person thinks and feels. So I'll use Harry Potter as an example. Harry Potter, those books follow Harry Potter. But I only know what Harry Potter is thinking or feeling or is doing because the book always follows that character. But instead of saying, I'm walking in the room, it says Harry walks into the room. So you see pronouns like he or she or they. And it's going to say he walks in there, or she said this, or they decided to go on this adventure. But again, third person limited is you only know what one character is thinking or feeling. Versus third person omniscient, that is when the narrator reveals anything about anyone. In this story, it's kind of like God mode. Like you can change from one chapter to the next, and we could be talking about this is what's going on over on this part of the world. And in this room, this is what's happening. And she thought this, and he thought that. And again, the pronouns are the same he and she and they. And this omniscient narrator can just kind of say anything that they want about anybody. Finally, is third person objective. Third person objective is when the narrator reveals no thoughts or feelings. It's only facts. So you're going to see third person objective in a history book, or when you get older, if you're reading like a legal brief. So if you know any lawyers and they can tell you about how boring legal papers are, it's only the facts. So that's how you think about objective, or almost like objection in a courtroom. Third person objective. There's no feelings, there's no thoughts. You're just giving me the facts. Again, like in history textbook, George Washington crossed the Delaware. But again, the pronouns are he, she, and they. So again, please make sure you have all of these definitions written down. And if you have any questions about this at all, you can always send me a message on Schoology. Okay.